Hey, good evening, guys. Well, we're going to give you a little more view of the shack, and I'm going to flip this around. We got another subject we're going to talk about. I'm in the process of still moving in here. Got some parts, some tools moved, trying to get my soldering station, handheld set up. Got my amp back, KI5TKY. I got her going, thank you, Tim. Stuff been working on. Moved my 8900 in here to do a crossband repeat. A lot of the guys are doing that around here now, so we keep track with each other on different simplex frequency. There's a radio, shack gadget. My greatest accomplishment, I'm the computer caveman, was getting that monitor hooked up to that TV. And I'm gonna have this little bit of admin area. Of course, got my printer in here. Got some of the stickers I've got up. My daughter had that made for me, and that was made by a friend of mine. That's on my military retirement. And the cricket corner, where I did a little working on some koozies today. We're going to put a set of 4-foot shelves in here. Going to pick them up Saturday so I can finish getting this cleaned up. It's hard to straighten it up without having a place to put everything. All right, we're going to stop at a minute. Hey guys, all right, we're back. Got a little subject we're going to talk about tonight. I still see a lot of stuff on social media about guys looking for gear. I'm not even going to call this side of this page out. I got into a new page of supposedly nothing but ham radio gear for sale. And as bad on computers as I am, first 3 minutes on the page, I could spot scammers on there already. It's hard to keep scammers off social media pages. I'm an admin on one of them, and I have to be careful about what I approve. And if I don't, I'll let the other guys go ahead and approve it because they know a little more track of who's on there than I do. But it's sad that social media is easy to get scammed on. Now, I've said from the get-go, I prefer to look at the gear in person or have somebody I trust sell me the gear. Now, Cody got lucky several years ago, and I think a lot of this has to do with the popularity of Facebook. I know several years ago, he was able to connect with a ham in Dallas through Facebook, and he got a good buy on his 891. That's great. But what I would look at on these Facebook sellers, go back to their page, see when they joined that group and see when they created their page. And if the name don't sound right with the pictures that's on there, you better stay clear of it. Because I see people all the time talking about getting scammed. Now, I'm not the one to tell you all about Cash Apps and PayPal and Venmo and all that, and I don't do none of it. So I'm really the computer caveman there. I just started in the last year paying bills online when the post office screwed up bad enough to make me learn how to do that. So I don't know how your Cash Apps work. I know there's certain ways I've read on PayPal. There's certain ones that's safer to use as far as recovering your money if you get scammed versus other ways. So you really research that. But you know, it's sad that people are out to scam people like that. And it's easier to do now, I guess, than ever was. The old yellow sheets was one of the most popular ways to sell ham gear back in the day. And I think one of the guys I know that bought a rig off that didn't necessarily get scammed, but he got a very poor package and shipping done to him. He put his desk mic in with the rig, didn't cushion nothing, and rig shifted and broke his desk mic. So, you know, there's always been that problem with buying sight unseen. eBay, I don't know anything about eBay anymore. I used to buy on eBay, and I don't anymore. If you use social media to look for something, really research the guy, send private messages, find out his call sign, where he's from, ask specific questions, things like that, and just say, hey, look, you know, I don't want to get scammed. I don't know you. We don't know each other. Tell them to ask you questions so you kind of get a feel for the sale. I still say going to a tailgate sale or a Hamfest in person or contacting Richard at MTC is the way to go, because his prices are going to be as competitive, I'm sure, with any other retailer on used gear. And he'll tell you whether it's got a 30-day warranty or not on it. And that's something you're not going to get at a tailgate sale. Just be aware of what you're buying. And I love tailgate sales. I love to go to Hamfest and tailgate sales. That way I can go and get my hands on it and talk to people. And I've gotten bit here recently. Bought some gear that didn't work. Didn't pay much for it, so when I got the price down to what I paid for it, I realized, well, I'm the one taking the gamble. If the gear don't work, it's on me, you know. But those places are real good places if you're not familiar with gear at all, just to see the variety of gears you can see on those at tailgates, Hamfest. Shreveport's having a tailgate sale this weekend. There's going to be a slide at the front of this video about it. I hate it I can't make it, and I wished I'd known about it earlier. I'd have put it in for more previous videos, but it's going to be at the Greenwood Flea Market Saturday 9 to 2. If you don't go for any other reason than to just look at the gear, go. Ask questions. Hams love to talk about their radios. So ask questions about gear. Look at it. I see a lot of guys question now, why is used gear values holding as high as they are? I don't really have an answer for that. I know I've seen my 897 listed, and I've had mine 17 years, and I've seen it listed in the last 6 months, a couple $100 higher than what I paid for mine new. So I don't understand that. I've seen 857s with some really exorbitant prices on them. I think a lot of that's the popularity of the rig and so on and so forth. You can look and find some good deals, but just be aware of what you're looking at and do your research, main thing. Another guy asked this question, and this goes back into the $64 question, Ford versus Chevy. What makes a good 10-meter radio? Well, you can buy 10-meter mobiles. You've always been able to do that. A lot of hams call them glorified CBs. But if it's a 25-watt mobile that's got upper sideband on it, you can work to 10 meters with it very easily. I used one for a long time when my first radio burnt the finals up in it years ago. I used a Ranger 2950, 25 watts, wire dipole, worked the world with it. 10 meters open right now. KI5 VWO SAM. Perfect example of that. Got a President Lincoln. Talked to Bulgaria the other morning on 10 meters. Worked all over Europe in the mornings on 10 meters. Homemade wire dipole, 25-watt mobile. Don't let anybody knock them to you. If that's all you can afford and get up on air with it, get it and run with it. If you can afford a full-up rig, get you one. And don't let anybody tell you don't buy a full-up rig until you get your general class license. Don't listen to that. I was a tech for years with a full HF rig, and I only used it where I was supposed to. Well, guys, that's about all the rambling I can come up with for tonight. I've had reprogramming issues and trying to learn how to set that 8900 up to crossband, and finally got that set up. So, well, I just lost my train of thought. Remember Main Trading Company in Paris, Texas. He's got a whole bunch of stuff going on right now, end of the year sales. I wish I could be at the tailgate sale in Shreveport, be able to check it out. There'd be a good place to check used gear out. Got another Hamfest Cowtown coming up in January. And right now I'm planning to attend. Guys, we're at like 1,752 subscribers. Appreciate every one of you. Thanks for subscribing and listening to me, old Ham Radio Cat. Well, let me get this back going while I can turn this video off. Guys, thanks again. It's KB5 MIQ Big Boy 73.